Okay, first of all, this is what if Mirko was Deku's mom. Okay, so his quirk will be a bunny quirk, but Hizashi will have an enhancement quirk in this what if, because I don't want him to be a bunny shooting fire at people. So I'm gonna give him the bunny quirk. And so he's gonna have like Mirko's ears and stuff. And also the enhancement quirk is gonna be a 50 times multiplier, and the stronger he gets, it just keeps the 50 times multiplier, just adds onto that strength basically. So if he just gets like inhuman strength, he'll be OP strong, like All Might level strong. So it's basically like One for All, but a huge downgrade. Okay, so Mirko would birth Izuku Midoriya, and so then Hizashi left and said, I need to go get some milk. And as you know, he never came back. And so then Mirko asked Nezu, can they take care of him at UA? And when she gets back from work, she'll take over him. And Nezu agrees. Because also, it's like with Eri, that they don't want, just, like, basically, people kidnapping or something Eri, and she turns into a villain or something. So, that's what happens with that. And so, I'm gonna tell you, everything about Deku from 1 to 10. And so 1 out of 10 intelligence for Izuku would be 8. And also he would be doing weight training with Mirko, and he'll have her exact fighting style. So then by the time they finish middle school, which is Nezu basically teaching him, and I already told you why. And so by the time he finishes middle school, he'll be wearing 200-pound weights on his legs and 50-pound weights on his upper body strength. And by the way, a fun fact, Mirko could rip off a person's head with her thigh strength. So that's really powerful. And so he's very strong. He's like 50% of Mirko's full strength at full power with his 50% addition. And so then now he's entering UA. So they wanted to give him a recommendation, but he decided not to because he still has his mom's prideful side. So he's very prideful, and so that's why. And he also doesn't trip. And so basically he goes right ahead before they even say go. And he also takes off his weights before that, so he's just zooming past. And I'm gonna tell you more of his 1 to 10s. Speed, a 9 out of 10. Ida has 8 out of 10. Strength, 8 out of 10. Intelligence, 9 out of 10. No, 8 out of 10. Yeah, 8 out of 10 for intelligence. Technique is 10 out of 10 since his mother is the number 4th hero in this one, because she would be inspired for training and stuff. Oh, and I also forgot to tell you guys, when he gets captured by a sludge villain, he just keeps on kicking it, and then All Might comes. And All Might offers him One for All, and he said, well, it's basically like my dad's side did the quirk, so I'm gonna have to decline. And Deku says, I will become the number 1 hero without your quirk. And All Might says, okay, young Midoriya. And he says, do you have anybody in mind? And I would say that Izuku Midoriya would be training with Mario, so Mario gets One for All. And so then Izuku Midoriya's potential is 10 out of 10, because if he gets inhuman strength, like, he would just be super strong, and the 10 out of 10 potential means he has the most potential in Japan. And so, then that's what happens with that. I'm sorry if you hear that, that's my script. Oh, and I forgot, shout out to Ramiax. He really wanted me to, for some reason. And so then the UA exam, they run, and Deku runs, destroying all robots and swift kicks and punches, and gets 100 points, and then he gets 50 more than Bakugo original. Then he sees it's a girl, so he runs and gets her, telling Ida to get her, and also Mirko's watching them. And so then when Ida says, come on, he says, tapping is like making a crater. No, and then he runs at the robot, and then he does a Manchester smash. I'll show you in the clip I'm about to show you. Actually, you get no clip at all because my laptop won't let me, but he just Manchester slashes the robot into full power. And so he gets another 50 points under that, so that adds up to 200 points. And he also flies through the first part of the exam. He just gets 100% right. And so that's what basically happens. And so his mom says for the 10 months we will be doing straight training, like 10 months after he gets accepted into UA. I believe there's time after that. No, there's 10 months leading up to UA, my bad. For the 10 months before he gets to UA, I'm basically tell the training. So basically 200 pounds and all that stuff, and so he gets very strong. And for the stuff leading up to UA, he just helps out all of his abilities, getting 9 out of 10 speed, 9 out of 10 strength, 100% no, 30% of one for all is 10 out of 10, and 20 is 100% United States of Smash. So, and Deku can only get up to like 17 or 18 on my strength, and he can get to 10 out of 10 with everything else. And so all of his stats are basically 8 and 9 out of 10s. And so then, like, for a few weeks, she asks Nezu, can we get a temporary crime fighting thing for Deku? And he grants her the wish. And so then they're just fighting, and so he gets a lot of fighting experience. And then she allows him to take off his weights for the UA, and just for the summertime, you'll be training with me no matter what. And the people at UA disagree and try to do this summer thing. I'll just tell them that the number 4 hero says we're gonna be doing it now. And so that's what basically happens leading up to UA. And so so she's the 4th hero, and he said, well, she's originally the 5th hero. Well, she's the 4th hero because she's inspired more like Deku. And in this verse, I believe Deku would be light-skinned, a little bit paler than light-skinned, but like mixed or something, because she is African-American. So when they say, oh, that's the person that got number 1, and Ochaka when Deku's already sitting down, sees him. Oh, and when like they're like out of town of like UA, like the city, and so his mom says, "I'll drive you there, Zuko," and then he says, "No, I got it." And so she's mad at Izuku for basically leaving and being like like it's like a whole 5 miles away. So she's mad at him for that. And so Bakugo says, "I'll kill you and your family." And then Deku says, "Oh, really?" and kicks him across the classroom, almost knocking him out. And so then everybody laughs, and then Mr. Aizawa says, "Dude, you guys took 3 seconds to shut up." And so then when they change, then when they're going to get changed actually, Todoroki says, "Last one to the locker is a duck or something." And so then Izuku just runs right there, getting past, and he's going at full speed. So then Deku already have changed, says Kirishima says, "Man, you're jacked." And he says thank you, and Bakugo making fun of Izuku says, "Hey Deku, I like your bunny tail." And then people all look, and then they say, "Huh." And then nobody really cares, and then Deku says, I bet, like, says a mama joke, like, "I bet your mom will hop on my bunny tail." Then Deku punches him in the mouth, and then he says, "You couldn't kill my mom even if you wanted to." And then Bakugo says, "Why is that, Deku?" And then he says, "Because my mom is the number 4 hero." And then people are like, "There's no way." And then when they all go outside, Deku goes up to Bakugo, like, no, Mr. Aizawa says, "Okay, throw ball without your quirk." And Izuku says, "Well, my quirk is built inside of me, my bunny side at least." And he said, "Okay, then just throw that." And he gets 400 meters. And he says, "So then use your dad's side with it, basically your quirk." And so then he gets 1,500 meters. You're like, "Cool, this is awesome." And Mr. Aizawa says, "It's cool, huh?" And so he says, "Well, this is fun. Everybody who doesn't, who, I mean, who gets last, gets kicked out of UA." And Ochako or Araka says, "That's unfair, Mr. Aizawa." And then Mr. Aizawa says, "Well, it's natural disasters." And so for the rest of the stuff, Deku gets first place on everything. Because think about it, he is an all-around, basically, hero. Because he's a bunny, so he can stick onto walls and stuff. So gripping test 1. He's faster than Ida, 2, and his hearing. And then his jumping. He's a bunny. Come on. So he gets perfect on everything. And so Bakugo tries to attack him, and Mr. Zoe stops and says, "Stop making me use my quirky on Bakugo. It gives me serious dry eye." They tell him that he's the number whatever hero. It's Mr. Aizawa. So then I'm gonna go a bit more. So for the next part, it's the next day, and Deku tells his mom, Mirko, how school went, and he sees scratches and stuff, and she said, "Let's train." He said, "Mom, you're hurt." And then she says, "Is that supposed to mean anything?" And so he gets his butt kicked, and yeah, and so let me go do like a scroll back. So Mirko's his mom, correct? So that means that she would just destroy Deku when he acts up or something, since she's a hero basically. And so let's rewind back to the present. Okay, so he would basically when they're doing the thing, uh, Bakugo would go right at Deku, and plus Deku, with his increased hearing, would hear Bakugo trying to run at him, and so he would when he tries to pop out, Deku would just kick him against the wall, and so then Deku would hear Ida, and so he would tell Araka, be be careful, um don't make yourself seen, basically, and get there and wait till I get there, and don't make a sound. And so she says, okay, Izuku. And so then he runs at Bakugo. Bakugo's trying to do explosions, seeing through him, and he can see through his emotions. So he says, "Oh, I've been through to you." And so then he kicks him against the wall, punching him with, like, it's his mom's style, so it's on fours, and so he's just getting destroyed, uppercutted, and then he does a 100% punch to the gut. And so Bakugo's just winded, about to be knocked out, and then he ties him up, and so then he goes to where Ochako is. Since he told her to be quiet, she stays quiet. So then they attack him. Ochako tries to tap Ida, and then Ida does that, but then Ida tries to get Ochako, but then Deku's there, and so Deku just kicks him, and then he just seems like he's teleporting because he's so fast. So then he appears behind him, tying him up, and Tifa says goodbye, and then he touches the bomb, and so then they're like, who's the MVP? And it's, of course, Izuku Midoriya. And so people are impressed, and they said, well, that is the number 4 hero after all. And All Might's just basically saying, man, he would have been a great predecessor of One for All. But he basically does have a quirk because his dad's side is an enhancement quirk. And so that's what basically happens with that part. And Bakugo, angry, starts making explosions, going everywhere with it, and he says, damn Deku. And I would think that Izuku's costume would be like the one in the picture, but with a moon crescent, like his mom, because he's inspired by his mother, of course, because he wants to be a hero like her, be very strong. And so he is like super powerful. And that's basically it for this one. I'm gonna just talk a bit more about basically Deku's quirk. Okay. So he can basically, more stronger he gets, the bigger enhancement for him. It's not a bigger enhancement, it's basically the base stronger he gets, the stronger his actual capabilities are. So if you're confused about it, comment in the description. Also, he will be very strong, but his ears would be like a little smaller, and so because he does have his dad's, he's Aussies, and so his ears would be kind of smaller, but it would still be bunny ears, and he would still have the bush on the tail, and he's jacked and athletic, and so all the girls basically like him at UA. Okay, it's time for social media plugs. So go to my Insta at Nexus_Sanin, and let's try to get to 150. And remember, go sub to RamiX. Okay, see you later, alligator.